What's up, people? It's your man Black Cobra back once again with the Wheel Life Show. Today's podcast, we have somebody special who's always in the scene, all over the place, doing his thing. He's a DJ, you know what I'm saying? He's a rapper, and he's one of the best on the one wheel. His tricks are ridiculous. He's in the racing scene. He's all over. You see him all over. He was just featured in a magazine. We'll talk about all that. And if you're not sure who I'm talking about, I'm gonna show you real quick a couple of the promo clips that I did when we started this out, just so you can see exactly who I mean. You can see some of his skills right here. This man, you can see him with his tricks, sliding his rails. His jumps are ridiculous. I watched some of his look at that jump. That slow-mo jump is unbelievable. Just watching him do his thing is crazy. He's been featured all over, and he's going to be at the Wheel Life Rally this weekend here in Massachusetts. And I'm happy to have him on the show today so he can talk to us about some of the things he's done and he's doing. And you can see here all his tricks. He's spinning the board. He's burning rubber on a one wheel like I haven't seen yet. This dude is something else. So I just want to say, without further ado, I want to bring in the man, the myth, the legend. It's ColeCrush, people.
Yo,
Yeah.
let's go. Black Cobra, what's good? What up, everybody? Thanks so much, everybody in the one wheel and electric vehicle community. I just want to say shout out to all y'all and most love to Boston One Wheel. You know, I'm always repping. So here we are. What's
Yeah,
good?
yeah. That's good, man. I'm glad to have you here, brother. Yo, you were there last year repping at the Real Life Rally. I see you got the shirt on right there, showing what's what, you know.
Have to represent, have to represent. Much love. It was an amazing experience to be there. Just really like piggybacking off of so many years of success. I mean, you've been holding that event down. I feel like I've been out of town many years before, but a lot of
Yep.
homies always told me it was one of the premier events to go to.
Yes.
So yeah, how does
Yeah,
it feel
man.
for you?
Ha! Ha! I'm excited and thrilled, man. I'm happy, especially because this year we about to do it again with all you guys. Man, all of the guys who came last year are coming back. And we have some other people jumping in, but you guys, man, you guys did your thing when it came to the races. And man, rematch time, baby. Rematch time. This year is gonna be so crazy. There's a crew from Canada that's coming down and said they want some. I don't know how many one wheels there'll be though, because most of the Canadians were EUC riders. So we shall see if they bring any one wheelers down with them to throw in the mix with you guys as well. But I did when we had Mikey Turpak on a couple weeks ago. There was a couple people in the chat that said they were gonna come through as well, and I already saw some tickets coming. I'm like, oh, challengers, let's
Yeah,
go.
and I mean, yeah, people in the area thinking about it, this is like a great like one wheel event to get your feet wet. Like Black Cobra said, there's going to be some amazing talent coming from out of town. There's also going to be amazing local talent. Last year, there was a lot of people from Rhode Island representing other people, riders from Massachusetts,
Hmm.
Connecticut. So I think that's just like how you kind of grow the scene if you want to like have a chance at emulating what's going on in other parts of the country. I think it's like showing up, showing out. We've been riding for a while now. It's so dope that we can have a one wheel event so close to home. So it's
Yes.
amazing that you're putting this on for us. And this year it's a part of ORL. Is that what I heard too?
Yes. ORL, the One Wheel Racing League, is
Oh,
representing.
what's up with that?
Yeah, we stepped up on the timing system. We're rocking the Zone 4 timing system so everybody gets their results. They'll be online. You can check the results as well. This will be included in ORL. So if you're looking to try and get a head start on next season and get your points in, you are ahead of the game because you're going to be in the mix before anybody. Since Race for the Rail is happening the same weekend, they're sewing up the last season, and you guys will be starting the next season before anybody. So what? That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, that's super cool. And I definitely have to say, if you're thinking about getting into competing on one wheels, I can't stress enough how cool it is to have an event that's close to home. One of my first RRL events was literally having to go all the way to North Carolina. You're
Mhm.
ripping down a really big mountain, and just like Black Cobra was saying, to get used to the timing system and be able to be like, this is how the event functions, and you only had to travel an hour or two from your house. That's really going to help you just see how it all works, so you can take that with you. Because I know when we all went down as a crew, there's only a couple, the Mandy McFlies of the
Mhm.
world that like have been to these type of events, and you're like, yo, 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 and you're trying to soak up all the game from them, but at the same time being able to talk or go and experience it for yourself and not have that huge investment of driving hours, being kind of van lagged, as you could say, I
Right.
think is really cool to be able to just go right in your backyard. You got your home crowd right there with you, and you're racing with some homies, and you got some out of town people coming. So it's gonna be super cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you. I mean, you mentioned quite a few things there. I'm glad that a lot of the people that are going to be coming through have reached out, and I'm excited about that. And as a matter of fact, in the chat right now, we got Ricardo. What's up, Ricardo? Good to see you, man. We got Electric Unicycle. Good day, mate. He's calling. I mean, he's checking in all the way from Australia. Good to see you, brother. And Lit Timber. He said he's pumped for this weekend, so he's going to be in the house this weekend. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see you. I like all the new one wheel people that are jumping in here. Now, you guys know this event. I've been doing this for 6 years. This is the sixth year now. The first few years was mostly EUCs, but one wheels were welcome as well. But I didn't have a real connection to the one side, the one wheel side of things. But now that I'm working with Brian at One Stop Board Shop and Colin Chandler, now I'm getting got them in the mix. They're on my planning council, so they help me to make sure that we are doing things to make sure that one wheels feel just as included and inclusive as the EUCs do. Now, don't think I'm forget about the EUCs because that's my bread and butter. That's my people right there. But I want to this year make sure that both sides are really doing it. I think this year I'm going to learn how to really ride a one wheel. I'm hoping somebody
Hey.
brings an XL out there because the XL seems like something I might be interested in. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if any of the people that are coming to the event have an XL. I know it's brand new, but it finally gets up to a speed that's on my radar.
Hey.
My wheels do 60 miles an hour. You know what I mean? So it was hard for me to get on something that only did like 20. I was like, but now we're in the 30s. I'm like, oh, hold up. We're getting up there. So I'm like, maybe that XL might be something. Mikey Turpak, he's gonna make sure I get to learn. He said, I'll make sure you learn, and I'm gonna supposed to teach him how to ride an EUC this weekend.
Oh,
So there's
that's
a
a fair
lot.
trade.
There's a lot this weekend.
Yeah, I'm here for that. I can definitely give some pointers on the one wheel too. So there's some
Yes.
little magic tricks. You'll be right up there. I don't see you having a problem with the one wheel. Honestly, I feel like you probably already know how to ride one.
Yeah, I got on it a couple times already. I just was like I said, I was like, I want to go faster, and then I was worried about falling, hitting that front. I was
Yeah,
like, nah. So I just
yeah,
didn't feel it. So I know that the XL has a little different architecture. It's shaped just a little bit different, has a little more clearance, has a little more power and speed. So I'm like, maybe that's the one for me. So if I can get on an XL, I'll feel really, really good.
Yo,
So
I want to see that. That'll be dope. Yeah, hopefully somebody pull up with an XL. I want to see
yeah.
Black Cobra ripping that dirt track. Is it going to be a similar track to last year? They got new
Oh
surprise. I
yeah.
know the guy out there was like a builder, so I
Rick.
can't even imagine. I know last year you had
Yeah.
a freaking AJ Miller out there helping with
Yep.
some courses. What's the?
Yep.
Do we get a sneak peek tonight, or we got to wait till Friday?
No, we gotta wait because he don't build them till
Okay,
Friday,
that's
bro.
fair. That's
Yeah,
fair. That's fair.
he's actually gonna be out there Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, and then Thursday night he's gonna like look at some stuff, and then Friday morning I'm gonna help him because he's gonna need the stakes banged in and stuff. So I usually run around behind him in the tractor, and he makes some stuff, and we talk about it, and then we solidify it and finalize it. So Rick the Mad Genius is going to be working on Friday to set us up. Unfortunately, he's not going to be there this year. He has to go. He has some family things to
Oh,
take care of, so he won't be there on race day on Saturday, but he will be there Friday setting everything up, and I'll be with him all day Friday making sure everything is right. And this year it's kind of a tight year for some people. There will be a couple people on my team that aren't going to be able to make it because of family issues, but I do have some backup coming into town. Seth Johnson, Wheelie Brady, and
Hey,
Seth's bringing his son, and one other person I forgot his name. They're all coming. So we'll have them. So I do have some backup coming in. But it's gonna be dope. I'm excited. But let's talk about you, man. You're who I want to
oh,
talk about because yo,
come
you
on,
you
dude.
DJing,
Yeah,
you're rapping, making
yeah,
music videos,
of
and doing
course, you
tricks
have to.
all over the place, man. What's good, man?
Hey, I'm just stoked to be here. Blessed. I feel like I can't stress it enough. The Boston One Wheel community, you know, Amanda Thompson, like just much love and respect. AJ Miller, the last few years with Beast Wheel, just taking that over and really taking it. Got to give shout out to Skylar Ortega, just running our Facebook, not the Facebook, but the Instagram, and just this community. I mean, even yourself, Black Cobra, shout out there. Like, you know what I mean? Just how are you allowing us to have a race so close to home? So I feel like that is what kept the vibe. And there's so many others that are like, you know, posting on the Telegram, and just such a dope community of people coming together, making it, if it's whether it's a Wednesday group ride where everyone's getting together in Boston doing their thing, or a bunch of people meeting out on a trail somewhere. I think it's just super cool to have a place where you can sort of do it all. So
Yep,
I haven't
yep.
stopped doing it all. I've been DJing since I was a kid. Back in Milwaukee is where I grew up DJing for a long time. Haven't stopped. My homies are downstairs DJing actually right now. One of them's about to head out of town and go play at Ibiza in a couple weeks. So we're just getting
Oh
those
shit.
extra. Yeah, yeah, we're definitely like, yeah, just trying to push it. And then also on the rap end of things, like we just for a long time, we just spent a lot of time working with other MCs, loving the art and the craft of it. I've been rapping since I was a kid, just a lover of hip hop. It's why I moved to the East Coast. And we're just like, yo, let's start publishing some music and like adding to the culture. What we, you know, it's easy to talk about, oh, why don't they do that? Why don't they do this? So until you
Mm-hmm.
do it yourself, you can't really talk about what could be. So yeah, we've been dropping a lot of songs. We actually have a new song dropping called "Just Landed in Boston," a freestyle. I'll be
Ah.
releasing that. It actually drops on Friday, so you can catch that on all platforms. I did the beat, yeah, it's a freestyle just about, you know, the vibes, and just like watching out for yourself, because you know, who knows, anything can
Yeah.
happen. You get caught
Yo,
slipping out
new
here.
song alert. New song alert.
Let's go. But the one wheel community's always been. Last thing I'll say on that is like the one wheel community's always been receptive. All many of the reels that I make that uh, incorporate me DJing or me doing
Mhm.
video or sound design for those projects, and the one wheel community actually is really receptive of my style, and there's never any pushback. People are like, yo, that sounds dope, do you want to come out to this event and perform, or do you want to come and DJ here? So it's actually been a really cool melding of like my athletic ability with my artistic talents. So it's just been like a blast being able to share that with this community.
Well, on that note, I want to make sure that everybody that's listening knows that ColeCrush will be DJing at the Wheel
Uh,
Life Rally this weekend, y'all. He's gonna be there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get
yeah.
it.
Yo, relax.
Uh,
The DJ's here.
let's go.
Yes. He's gonna be
Yo,
making
thanks
sure
so
we
much
have
for
some
having me.
music and some vibes going on while we out there hanging out Friday night. We'll be out there Friday night having fun, and he'll be making sure that Saturday we got a whole lot of tunes going on so that the vibe is right in the background, and everybody's feeling good. And so yeah, that's gonna be dope, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Really glad that you coming through. And look, the question is, how long have you been riding?
I think I was trying to think. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, 24, and this is 25. Yeah, 8 years.
Oh my
Of,
God,
yeah,
yo.
eight, yeah, yeah, right? Is that right? I think
Yeah.
that's right. I don't know, since 2018.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. That's what's up.
8 years. So yeah, it was cool. I got an XR back then, and Yeah, I just saw the videos. I think you saw them in the comments earlier. I was watching, I had a scooter. I was going to work in downtown from Cambridge to downtown City Hall at Boston on a scooter for a little bit. And then I was looking for something. I don't know. The wheels on my scooter were really small. If you can
Yeah.
imagine 2017, like
Ooh.
Amazon scooter, like $200. Like I was
Yeah.
riding that and it was fun. And then I think I was just on YouTube and I saw the homie Sly Dog Stro. And I was
Yep.
like, yo, I grew up in Milwaukee, so I knew what the streets were like in Chicago. So I was like, yo, like, I understand that this must be more robust of a thing because I
Mhm.
know, like, you know what I mean? I knew the ground out there. So I was like, oh, let me look into this. And then I think I bought one from Thorough. Shout out to Thorough over in Brookline. They were selling them, bought one, and maybe 2 or 3 months after riding with just like my wife and I, met Amanda Thompson for a group ride, and
Okay.
the rest is history. Just kind of got pulled into the culture and into the scene.
Oh, hold up. You just said so your wife rides too?
Oh yeah, Kate
Oh.
Growler. Kate, yeah, yeah, she rips. She's done beach wheel a few years, so yeah,
Oh,
she
wow.
definitely holds it down on the one wheel. I would say her balance is like 10 times better than mine, honestly. Like she
Wow.
like rarely ever falls off the board and just has like a sweet finesse about how she moves on it. She
That's
actually
dope.
rips the EUC. She can ride the EUC, one legged, all that.
Oh,
Back,
shit.
yeah, 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 yeah. She definitely like,
Okay.
yeah, she definitely rides for sure. She loves
All
it.
right. Well,
Trail, street.
shouts out to wifey. Shouts out to wifey. Yeah. So that's dope, man. I wish I could get mine to ride. My wife or my kids, no luck. But Green Master Mike is in the chat. He said PD Pablo said anything can happen. What's up, Green Master Mike? Good to see you, brother. Welcome to the chat. Welcome in. Yeah, yeah, all the way from Mexico down there, holding it down,
Oh,
riding
oh, okay.
solo dolo down there, man. He don't even got a
Where are
click.
you at in Mexico?
He's just over the border in Mexico, man. He goes back and
Oh,
forth and
cool.
stuff. So yeah, he's down there doing his damn thing. You can catch him on Sensei Vegan's live stream. He's on there as a co-host on there with Sensei Vegan. So good to see you, man.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh,
Yeah,
bless. Thanks so much for coming through. That's awesome.
yeah, man. So it's
It's
it's dope
let
to
me take yeah, go.
it's dope to see that not just you, but you got your wife, and so the stoke is like, the vibe is real throughout the house, and that helps, man. That helps you
Oh, friends and
to
family. My
continue.
sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, they ride down in New Orleans. Like my homie DJ Speed, who I'm gonna be performing with him at Float Life Fest. He rides, is like a homie that got me into DJing and into music videos, honestly. So yeah, I definitely try to like be out riding and just having a fun time and not like forgetting like what got you on the board in the first place, like
Yeah,
there is all this competition that comes with it, but like I don't know, it might sound cliche, but they say it, adventure's close to home, and I feel like every time anybody of us are out on your one wheel, your EUC, your scooter, like if you're not out like exploring and having a blast, like you're doing it wrong. Just starting
yeah,
there, and it's like
yeah,
I feel like sometimes I'm a bit selfish when it comes to that because I will just wake up and drop in right from the front steps and go crush a battery. And then people are like, "You want to ride later?" I'm like, "Bro, I already blasted some craziness this morning. Had my life on the line, just going, you know what I mean, to the corner store. And then I thought I could go over there. Then I saw a feature I never saw before. I was like, let me hit the bunk. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that's a
You're like,
normal day for me. So
right. You're like, y'all don't know. You better ask somebody. I was already on it. That's
Oh, my
funny.
board's got a cracked rim over here. Yeah, like come
Yeah,
on, like every day that there's a time to shred. If you lose that, then you're losing sight of what it's about. So as much
yeah,
as I love racing and competing for the dopest video, like
yeah.
just get on your board and feel the stoke.
So how would you just? I know I always describe it every time. How writing makes me feel, the therapeutic effect, and all that. But give me some of your words. How do you describe? How does ColeCrush describe how it feels to ride? To those, if you had to describe it to those that don't ride, how would you describe it?
I would say it's floating above. It's like floating above all the hate, floating above all your aches and pains, floating above all the stress that you got in your life. You're just out there floating above it all. It is perfect because, that's the word they use for floating. Like you're out there, you're floating, the float life may, whatever way you interpret that. But to be floating above is also just like a mental state of being. So once you get into that flow state of mind, you're already locked into what you're doing, right? You're riding a one wheel vehicle around. Like you got to be locked in for that. And then once you let yourself tap into that, it's it, right? It's just where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Are my feet in the right place? And then you're challenging yourself to either one, go out and see something you've never saw before, which that's magical in and of itself. Oh, I never been around that corner. Well, I'm on my one wheel. We're gonna go and see what's over there now, right? And then to see something or to see a hill even or to see honestly like the randomest crack in the road and know like, yo, a week ago I was scared to go over that or a week ago I would have went over that differently. And I think a lot of people that do different activities that you have to have a little skill for, it's like you're going to build up that sort of like itch to be like, oh, I'm going to push myself a little further today, or maybe I don't push myself further, but that also is learning too, like not to
Mhm.
just send it when you don't need to send it. You know what I mean? There's some reserve in wanting to have those moments in your life be bigger than ever, and sometimes it's holding back. So I think the
Mhm.
one wheel asks that of you too, to like respect and have a control over your own ego. So to me, it's like checking in with yourself. You get out and you ride, and as much as you're vibing, you're also just floating above it all. So I always just try to float above, y'all.
Oh, float on, float on,
Mm.
float, float on. I tell people that it's really it's like flying, the closest thing to flying while still being on the ground. It's like nothing else. Wind therapy, wheel therapy, whatever you want to call it, but it's real, and it solves depression. It lightens the mood. It lessens the load, all that and then some. So, those that don't know, you need to know because it's that good. You know what I mean? And I try to tell people that, I demonstrate that, by just showing them. They're like, dang, you do that so effortlessly. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's easy. I'm like, yo, jump on. Oh, I would hurt
I think the
myself. No,
all terrain part too, that really, really changes it.
say it
All
again.
terrain.
Oh, yeah.
All terrain. Yeah, I
Yep.
really think like how you say, like being able to just fly. There aren't very many vehicles or ways of thinking. It's usually one type of terrain or another type of terrain. With the one
Right.
wheel, it's like, what can you balance on? There are people that love one wheeling on snow. There's people that love going in the water. There's people that love riding on astroturf,
Hmm.
dirt, grass, gravel, rock. Like, you know what I mean? Like to that, roots, like even just like learning to process a root as something that's smooth that you can ride on. It's not something you need to trip on or something you need to nudge over. Like there's always just so many
Yeah.
cool ways to, like you said, interpret moving over land.
Yes, and that's why
Oh, huh.
I love this so much, man. Like, listen, there's no denying it. I get on my EUC and I'm on the asphalt and I'm buzzing through traffic and I'm like, what's good? People are stopping me. Hey, yo, what is that? Like, how you going that fast? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And then I pass by. I'm like, yo, there's a trail off road. What? Let's rip it. Whoa. And I'm off down the trail. Now I'm going through some woods I never even knew were there. I've discovered so many different trails and paths off road that I was like, I didn't know this was here because I'm not gonna walk down there and be like lost and be like, oh, where am I at? But I'll rip anywhere on the wheel and be like, I can come right back. You know what I mean? you know, it's not gonna bother me to go down there and come right back. So let's do it. So I love it.
Yeah, that level of exploration is definitely, yeah, I can't, yeah. Anytime I think the biggest disappointment sometimes is it's hard to travel with these things.
Yeah, yeah. That's
You could
that's
take
my
it more places. Yeah, that's
yeah
my
my big
biggest gripe.
regret.
Like, yeah.
It's the only thing, only thing,
But the
and
future, maybe. I feel like there might be a future where like there's a prioritization around like the versions that can travel, or like
yeah,
batteries will be so strong you can like have a little one to get you 5-10 miles, even
yeah.
if you're in like a new city. Because nothing like riding in a new city. Oh my
Oh yeah.
goodness.
Oh yeah, because you can discover all kind of stuff. But Green Master Mike, he said, yeah, 100,000% therapeutic and a good way to get away from everyday problems and stress. Yo, listen. You look. I legitimately remember leaving my leaving work. Shouts out to being retired again. Just want to say it. But there you go. But I remember leaving work and being like, "Damn, that was a shitty day." You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, you guys know I was in law enforcement, so it may have been all kinds of craziness. Kids hurt, kids died, family drama, mom killed dad, whatever I'm dealing with that's like through the roof stressful and like super sad. Take out the wheel, go for a ride. It's off my shoulders. The stress is relieved. All of a sudden, I'm a human again, and I'm back and focused, locked in, and let's go. I'm ready for the next. But these wheels have that magical effect on us, and I wish everybody could feel it. And not everybody knows
Well,
what it's like.
getting out there riding, I feel like that is something like can't stress enough. Just that daily ride, even sometimes, because like you said, I love that part about when you were saying what did it feel like, and you're like, oh, somebody from over there is like, yo, what's up? I never seen that, and I feel like every time you ride, you're advocating
Hmm.
for what you just saying. Like, I wish everyone will ride. Well, they also got to know it exists first. So
Right,
when we're out there
right.
riding, they're like, wait a minute, because I know when I was just riding in Milwaukee, like I was mad at my homie after I got done riding every day. I was like, bro, you know how many people stopped me today and were like, can I step on it? But it was like 2018 vibes. Like they were like, "Ah!" I was like, bro, you're not out riding enough. If all these people don't never seen the board before, like, bro,
Right.
get out and ride.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It still shocks me, because it's been 6 years since you've been doing the event. But so I guess I've been on a EUC for 7 years then, because it was the year before that I. So it's just, but it shocks me that all that time, and people are not, everybody doesn't know what it is yet. They see a one wheel, they're like, what? They see an EUC, they're like, what? And I'm like, you really haven't seen any of these? Like, well, I think I saw it on TV. I'm like, wow, it just shocks me. So I love educating as many as I can, including as many as I can, just looping them in and be like, yo, come on, what's good? Come through the events this weekend. And if not, here's the YouTube, here's the IG, here's the TikTok. Check some videos, see what's what. Oh, I think I may want one of those. Hit me up, let me know. I'll put you in touch with somebody to get you one. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's pass it on. You know, get people riding. That's what we need to do. Oh, Cooler Joe is in the house. What's up, Joe? He said just drove 35 hours to be down at the Wick. Oh, yo, Cooler Joe coming through. All right, so we're gonna have Cooler Joe in the house this weekend. We're gonna
From
have some.
California, 35 hours or where?
Yeah, yo,
Maybe
man.
uh, Washington? I don't know. Where's
I think
35
that was the.
hours?
I think it California the last time I saw Joe. No, I don't
California.
remember. Joe's all over. Joe is all over. So that's the other thing that I guess I want to do a little bit. I need a vehicle that I can pack up and just rock out and just go everywhere, just tour the country in. I was looking at different trailers. I was like, and where'd you drive from, Joe? You just said you drove 34 hours. Where'd you drive from? Um, so I want to do the same thing. I want to drive. Not that I'm anxious to drive 35 hours, but but
I love it. I mean, there's just so many sick courses, and the community is always so. Like I said, I just went to the Bentonville course, up
oh
at Passion Play and for dirt surfers, and then I bump into this homie Kent as we're like in line to go into the. Me and my Kate and I were like, let's just go check out the course. We go to like pull in, and there's like a line, and we're in our car. Another car pulls up, and he's like, "Yo, can I help you?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're just." He's like, "No, no, no. I'm gonna have you come over here." And then we get out the car. I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "I'm a one wheeler too." I'm like, "How did you know?" I was like, "What?" And then he was all like, "Yeah, like I'm the dude that knows like the pains, and we do this together." And it's just like, boom, let me show you where the trip course was this year, and this and that. And I'm just like, I don't understand. We literally just got in line to be like everybody else, and then the one wheelers are like, "No, he's here right now. Come with us. Here's the, it's
Yes. That's family. You family. Come on, come on, you family. So
He's
Joe
like, I can
drove.
tell by the way you pulled up. I'm like, yo, the one wheel community, the EUC community, the electric vehicle
Yo,
community is like
PEVs,
very
yo,
tight
is
knit.
real. Joe drove up from Colorado, bro. But that's
Oh,
where,
Colorado?
yeah, that's where Seth and the gang are coming from too. They're coming from that area too. So, all
They're on
right, that's
the west side, or yeah, the
that's
west
that's
side of
pretty
Colorado.
amazing.
That's dope.
Colorado, woo, buddy, that's a long ride. Yo, Joe, I'm excited to see you, brother. I haven't seen you in quite a while, so excited to see you. Glad you're making your way down, man. Um, but yeah, so the magazine. Let's talk about your magazine. Pull that out, man. He was featured in the magazine. What is that? Get Stoked. Okay,
Get
Get Stoked
stoked.
magazine.
Yeah. Shout out to Cricket. He spent some time out here in the Massachusetts area. But yeah, he put out
Cricket.
this yeah, Cricket. This is
Yeah, he's
Cricket's
dope.
magazine. Yeah. Yeah, so he hit me up. I honored to be in the first edition. So yeah, go check that out. It's super cool, like even on the back they got the EUC boom
Yep.
boom. So yeah, it's basically all personal electric vehicle, PEV life, just rad articles. You can take out an ad. You can, yeah,
Sweet.
it's super dope. So yeah, super lucky. It's been just like, an amazing start to the year so far. I really can't believe there's still like a bit more to go, and we're just getting warmed up out here.
You got a new song out, featured in the magazine, rocking it out. Yo, you going places to race and get yourself out there and have fun. Yo, man, DJing all over the place.
Yeah, they're gonna do a trick comp this weekend. I don't know. Are they?
Yes, yes, we have a
Yeah,
trick
yeah,
comp.
yeah,
Greg
yeah,
Squelch will
yeah.
be out there again. He'll organize it and build a trick comp course for y'all. Give y'all something to compete on. You know,
Oh
we'll be
yeah, yo, shout out. That's
yeah.
dope, Greg.
Shouts out to
Homie,
Greg, my
yeah.
man. He'll be there. And yeah, we'll be doing some jousting. Yeah, we'll be doing some of everything out there. Bring your chair. We're gonna be chair racing. All that. So
Cool, cool. Yeah, yeah, this is super excited. Yeah, definitely excited for some more tricks this year. We're not done yet.
not yet. Not yet. We got to see what you got. We got to see what the ColeCrush is bringing this year.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's so many spots. I mean, I definitely want to see what they cook up for the trick course, but definitely just on your everyday, it's like a constant list of so many places, and you can only get to so many every year without either getting broken off or just
Yep.
not getting back to that spot to hit it. But I feel like the year's been honestly pretty awesome on the trick side. I feel like it's been really consistent, going out with people like Mandy, Corey Stanford,
Yeah. Shouts
Boss
out to
Bone.
Mandy.
Yeah, shouts out to Mandy. Yeah,
One
they've been
woman,
there
one
for.
wheel. Yeah.
Let's go.
Max Maria is in the chat. Said number one community. That's right. Our community is
Yo, shout out
real.
to Max. Yeah, he definitely a few of the clips he pulled for the reels. Max definitely helped. Was there showing mad support. I guess I can't actually see what's going on. I think maybe I'm messing up. I like
No,
you.
no,
I
you're
can't.
you're because you're in the interview pane and you can just see me and you.
Oh,
So if you want to see like the comments and stuff, you got to pull it up on either on a phone or something else so you can see the comments on the side. I
oh,
pull
okay,
them
okay,
up
okay.
as they're coming along and I put the comments on the screen, but for you to see them, you have
Oh,
to
I
be
see.
in the show.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, that's cool. Yo, Max is the homie, dude. That dude shreds for real. He definitely
Okay.
like we did like a series, a trick series. He's in that Trailheads too. Definitely a beast wheel contender, one of like the fastest dudes out here, honestly. He definitely sends it. So yeah, Max is the one. Is it ask Max if he's racing this weekend?
Yeah, Max, are you racing this weekend? Tell us. Let us know, man. So Greenmaster Mike said, he said, "Hey Cole, do you ever think that one wheels will get suspension? Do you think that's
They
a
do have
thing?"
suspension. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There are suspension on wheels. Dude, Riley, there's a guy Riley out of Colorado.
Okay.
Riley Johnson, I believe is his name. He big suspension rider. And then also Bart Miller, infamous. He was early, like suspension rider. And there's probably, excuse me, there's probably a ton of other people
Oh
that have been
wow.
riding suspension wheels.
I
There,
actually didn't
yeah,
know
yeah,
that. Thanks for the question, Green Master Mike, because I
yeah.
think Mike, I think Turpak mentioned it a couple weeks ago, but I still thought about it, and I was like, I still haven't seen anybody with the suspension, but I can't tell the difference. So I'm gonna have to check
Oh
that out.
yeah, it's a little bulky actually on the one wheels. Like the people that ride it, they're like subscribing to something that, like, you know what I mean? It's like parts on the side of the board. Like
Right.
it
Oh,
looks
okay.
like
Got
a
you.
suspension. Yeah, yeah. It's not. It's like pretty bulky. I would say, but the people that ride it, they're like, yo, they're probably vibing on it. Like I know,
Yeah.
I really know Riley. He has like a whole lineage of boards that he features on his Instagram where you can see like
Okay.
just all the iterations of stuff he's done, and it's really really cool because he's also one of the faster riders. Like that dude rips. So yeah,
Well,
they got suspension
Max
wheels.
said he's on vacation, so he won't make it this weekend. Sadly, sorry, Max. We definitely would
Oh yeah,
like to
no
see you
worries.
there, brother. So next
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Yo, he's fast. He actually got me faster, honestly. Actually, the whole one wheel community, I was like super slow for a long time. Probably still is slow to like major one wheel standards, but uh the community is really what makes you faster out here. So definitely homies like Max definitely leveled me up super
Yeah,
fast.
that's one of the things
Chasing faster
that
people makes you fast.
yeah, that's what I mean. Turpak said that, and so did Kyle Robinson. They both were saying, they've been riding with people, and these people, the people you ride with, push you to make you faster, and it's true. When you ride by yourself, I noticed that in a independent ride, I'm only gonna go so fast. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna push myself to like the edge limits. I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? I got that flow going. I'm like, hey, 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 back and forth and dancing on the wheel and flowing. But when I'm in a,
Yeah,
a, a group ride and it takes over and like one dude starts hitting it, then the next dude starts hitting it. And the next thing you know, you're like, we out. And I remember one day on my ET Max, I was doing like 50 something, 54, I think. And I did not realize it because the pack started moving. And then I started moving and I wanted to get ahead. So I went ahead of the pack. And then I didn't realize, you could see it in the video, I was pulling away from the pack. And I was like, oh shit. And they're like, how fast were you going, dude? I couldn't catch you. And I looked down, I was like, oh, it says I was doing like 54. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that. My bad. But it's the mentality when you in the you go faster when you with other people. If they're doing stuff that you wouldn't normally do, you're like, hey, I could try that. Let me try it. And you try tricks you didn't wouldn't normally trick. You wouldn't normally do. You'll hit hills you wouldn't normally hear. Oh, stairs. I don't normally do stairs. Well, y'all doing it. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. It's
yeah, and they give, yeah, like you said, that perspective on like what you can do each day. So having that core group of riders, I can't even imagine where you can be without it. It's not really possible.
right, right, right. And honestly, that's what why I wish I was like in like out in Cali. I think they got it so good. They got it so good. They got all the riders out there, all the space, better weather, better scenery, all the time in the world to ride. I'm like, man, I need to be a Californian.
Yeah, yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I'm still holding it down for the East, though. I feel like glad I learned out here. I really like. I would say I really like the style of riding that happens out here. I would invite more riders to come out here. I
hmm
think the East Coast has, like, in the cities, especially with the tricks, and if you're just trying to like, yeah, like that type of riding, I think the East Coast really has something special for the multifaceted trick
Yeah, definitely.
speed
If you
riding.
want to do more intricate stuff, then I think there's a lot here as well because we have a lot of trails and stuff, and we also have, a lot of people that are more interested in that. But I think the problem we have is weather.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we don't get enough of the good weather. So just when you really vibing and feeling it and like, yo, this is what's up. Hey, it's fall. And there's leaves
Yeah,
everywhere. So careful, because now you might slide on them leaves even more than you thought you were sliding. So
yeah,
okay, now it's rain, now it's snow. okay, careful. You know what I mean? So now you may hit the ice patch, and
Yeah.
careful. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the like Florida. I mean, Florida also, but Florida don't have the same type. California just has a whole different level when it comes to that. I feel jealous because they can ride year round, and we don't have that. And like, although you can, it ain't fun as much as it is. Riding in the ice storm is not the same.
Come on, Black Cobra, man. We gotta keep the vibes going here. I'm trying to advocate for more riding on the East Coast, and you're like, not giving me a chance. Like, yo, it is dope. I like the fall. You can wear your jeans. You don't gotta bake in the sun. The fall. I don't know. I be trying to go
Okay,
the extra mile. I clear off some trails. We set up some features. You know what I
I
mean?
I
There's
I
just
am I am I am
we live
actually
here, man.
I am actually a gear guy. I love my jackets. So that's one
Yeah,
thing I
there you go.
love.
There you go. There you go.
Out here you can rock your gear because you're gonna need it. And this is a new jacket I just got from E-Rides, their protective jacket. This that
That's so
rocking
sick, actually.
rocking that is the name of it. And it got chest protection along with back and arms, the shoulders, everywhere. It's got mad motorcycle protection, and it's ventilated here so you can get some air as well. This jacket is like ridiculous. I can't wait. I just got it, so I can't wait to go rock it. You know what I mean?
Yo,
So
yeah, you're gonna. I need to come. Yeah, I want to check that out next time. I'll come pull up on you when it gets cold outside.
hell yeah, yo.
Yeah, get
I'm
some
gonna have it
features
this
in
weekend.
Springfield.
I'm gonna have it this
Oh,
weekend
okay.
just to have it out so people can see it. But I'm like,
Oh, yeah, I want to check that
that kind of stuff excites me, because I'm like, ooh, I could throw this on. Now I'm all protected and I look good. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I feel like is the vibe out here. I don't know. I live here. I want to keep living here. So one more time, I'm gonna give a shout out for the East Coast style. I
East
love it.
Coast,
It's
what's
tight. Like
up?
I just said, yo, and also we got urban like city trails. You know what I'm saying? Like the streets are all like cobblestone in one area, changing in another. There's just some sick features, and I think it's all up and down the East Coast, all these old school cities. A lot of our features, we got marble to do tricks on. So you got marble and granite features all around you that are slick and ready to just get busy and like make it your own playground. So
Yeah.
I think it's really fun. Yeah, if you're thinking about getting into riding and you're on the East Coast, I think we got some that other places don't have when you go out there and it's all like flat cement paved, hella boring. You know what I'm saying? Like we got character. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these spots, you don't know who used to walk on them streets, and now you're there busting like the dopest little moves. So yeah, I'm
we
down
do
with the East
got we
Coast.
do
I
got
love it.
flavor. We got flavor out here. So Quinn Foster jumped in. He said, "Hey, what's up, Quinn? What's going on, brother? Welcome to the chat, my man." Yeah. California commercial one time. California is great weather. Is that what he said? Yeah. Great riders and best trails. Yeah, California is pretty dope. But yeah, I mean, you ain't wrong. Out here is dope too. There's some of the dopest trails I've been on. I do, and not just, but everywhere though. Like you said, if you were
Yeah,
in Colorado, I mean not Colorado. If you were in um uh, um Bentonville, you said you were down in Bentonville, so you
yeah.
made it down. Yo, that's where we do the amped. Amped is in Bentonville, and all those trails are so ridiculously good. Like I can't even believe the trails that they have. Bentonville to
Yeah.
me is like one of the number one places to ride. Period. There's
And I also throw out to all one wheel electric vehicle riders, yo, I don't even think the best trails for our sport have even been discovered yet.
yeah,
Like I spend a lot of time in freaking Nebraska. I've ridden some of the sickest trails ever in just some random part of Nebraska. That like I'm like, yo, like there could be a race right here. And I'm sure everybody, if you start to go to all the different states, they would be like, this trail over here. So it's like and then you
yep.
have people that are even building trails specifically for our sport. So I think we're just barely touching the tip of the iceberg of like what the trails will be like for the most ideal for our sport in the
Well,
future
you're
10,
right.
20 years
You're right.
from now.
You ain't look. You were very accurate in that, and I could tell you right now, for those that haven't been to the Real Life Rally, we once again are gonna have a flat track. We're gonna have a woods track. We're gonna have an obstacle track going down the hill through the tunnel and all that good stuff. It's gonna be just the craziest crazy. Like, look, if you haven't ridden at the Wick before, look, you better ask somebody because let me tell you, it is so amazing to be able to ride these tracks, and then you realize, like, I'm right here in New England. Like, I'm not even like, you know what I mean. I'm not anywhere far. This is right here. So I think it's amazing that we're able to do this and bring everybody together. And man, you are going you added to it last year. You're gonna add to it again this year, even in a bigger way. I really appreciate you, brother. Man, I'm glad that you are doing what you're doing, yo. Yo, I mean, I didn't realize that every time I slip, I slide through your IG page and stuff. I'm like, wait, hold up, what are you doing now? I'm like, wait a minute. You popped up with the red camera. I was like, whoa, hold up, that's real talk right there. What's going
Yeah.
on? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I've been a filmmaker for a long time.
mm-hmm.
That's like the main like driver of a lot of my creativity. I would consider it my paintbrush. Been blessed to be in the filmmaking as an independent for 20 something, 24 years now. Yeah, since
Sweet.
high school, made my first DVD. I don't know if any of y'all remember those, but yeah, yeah, making DVDs and stuff
Yo,
of
young kids don't know what a DVD is.
so yeah, but the DVDs, and then just continuing to like, yeah, be lucky enough to be also once again Massachusetts, Boston, just meeting a lot of really cool, inspiring people that
Yeah,
have paved the way for me to be able to do what I do. So
yeah.
yeah, I just want to keep expanding with the art, and whether it's a camera, busting some raps, or DJing for y'all, we're gonna be out here floating above.
Well, Max said he said we got to get Cobra on the Jefferson trails. Where's the Jefferson
Oh
trails at?
yeah, actually there is some, and I think you would like it on the one wheel. Worcester has some really good trails if you've never ripped. Just outside of Worcester, there's like the Jefferson Holden
Okay.
area. There's a rail trail there that's more mellow, but actually, there's so many trails back there. There's a bunch that literally like have nobody on them at all ever, and there's some really good runs back there.
Oh
I
hell
was actually
yeah,
going to try to mark some up. There's some like really flowy ones that I know EUC riders would just like
hell
love to
yeah.
ride. But in general, just really, smooth, but also a little bit of tech, but also like nobody there. You can literally throw a one wheel event there if you wanted to. I don't even think anyone would know. So, but that's because, one wheeling's like that. These sports are like that. The UC is like that. You know what I mean? You find a good trail and you're like, whoa, I didn't know this was even here and
Yes,
available
I
until
love
someone
that.
else.
Like, there's a dog park out here in Agawam, Mass. Right?
Oh, those trails.
Yeah. Well, I had never been there, and somebody said, "Hey, why don't you go behind the dog park and ride?" I said, "The dog park?" So I'm thinking it's gonna be this little circle in behind the dog park. I go out there, I'm like, "Oh shit, where the hell am I?" Like I kept winding and winding through there. I was like, "Oh shit, this is dope." Man, I've been back a few times since. Yo, I love it back there, man.
Yeah, I drove out last year. That was part of the Beast Wheel. Shout out to AJ Miller. That
Oh
was
yeah,
amazing. I was making trips to freaking Agawam, and then the other one, what's it called? Bear, Bear Hole, I think it's
Bear
called.
Hole.
That's
I've
all.
never been to
Yeah,
Bear
yeah.
Hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
that place. You're like on the side of the ridge, and it's like a 50, 75 foot drop, and you're like
Oh shit.
hugging the wall, single track, root bumps, everything like drops here and there. Like that is one of my favorite places to ride. Like you're
Okay.
hitting turns and looking over to the right and it's just down. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
it's nice. But there's a lot of people riding, a lot of mountain bikers and stuff over there. So I think Massachusetts is full of it. I advocate for the one wheelers. Our vehicles can only go so far. So hey, be a pal right after the fall leaves fall, go out there and rake your favorite trail. Then everyone can go hit
Yeah.
that trail the rest of the year until next year. You know what I mean? At least you got one place to hit a lap, and it's just we got to do different stuff because we're not in Cali.
Okay.
Yeah,
But look, but
not the trail.
those trails are real though, bro. Those trails are real. Like if you go out and hit a good trail, Yo, that vibe is real. It to me it's even better. Now I love to be out on the road and feeling the vibe when I'm out on the road, and then sometimes I'll flow. On certain roads, I'm in traffic. I'm like, buzzing by cars, in between cars and stuff. I'm like, this is dope, and I feel good. But when I'm on a trail, and you're up and down, and when you're squeezing in between trees, and you just make it through, and oh man,
Oh,
listen,
okay. So Max mentioned the Jefferson Trail. There's part of
yeah.
the trail that runs alongside, and not close, like in a dangerous way, but you're on the trail, and that 5 o'clock train starts busting. And it's like through the trees in your peripheral, there's like a train, like that's being on a trail. Like it's nuts. Like also, like
Yeah,
I remember some of my favorite times is like Nebraska. You're riding on these trails that are along the Platte River. Platte River's like in the freaking Oregon Trail, but there's like deer sometimes that are like cutting across the trail at the same exact time you're going the opposite way. So you might be going this way and the deer are coming down that way, and you're like,
yeah,
yo, or like you're doing the line that's going along the Platte River and there's like hawks literally like flying alongside you. And it's like, you don't like that's one with nature and the trail and the vibe and just hitting side hits. Oh my God. I can't wait for this weekend.
yo, for real. Oh, we got a question, but I can answer this one. But he's asking you, so I'm gonna let you answer. He said, "Hey Cole, one wheels are made by One Wheel, well, Future Motion, but is that the best one wheel to use for racing?"
I don't think so. I think Vesk
Nope.
is the main, yeah, the main board. People are like self-building on a system, the Vesk system. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can fully build a one wheel without using future motion. The people that invented the one wheels like you don't have to use their special sauce or their computers or their parts.
Right.
The rest of the one wheel community can provide you with every other part you need. So that's
So
really cool.
that's one thing that the one wheels have that EUCs don't really have yet. Even though there are people that are building their own EUCs, there are a couple of different people doing that. But for the most part, it's one of the bigger companies that are you're getting your wheel from. Whereas in the one wheel community, they can make their vest, and there's certain people that make the software and tweak the software and then so those boards are really fast and they're not actually made by Future Motion. You know, it's in an emulation of it because obviously it looks like the same type of board, but the core of it, the brains of it, are Vesk. It's a a open source type of software that you can just modify. So they're able to make them go a lot faster than a stock board can go. And now they just tweak it so fast, it's so ridiculous. Although the new XL is a Future Motion board, right? So they have listened when they see all these people doing Vesk builds on their own and going faster and faster and faster, and they finally said, "All right, screw this. We gotta make something faster." So now they have Future Motion just came out. One Wheel just came out with the XL, and I can't wait to try it because finally it says it'll do like in the 30s, 38 out 39 whatever. I'm like, okay, now we're getting close to where I like to be. I usually ride between 35 and 45. That's my zone. That's that's my comfort zone, if you will. So if I can get a one wheel to go out that fast and be comfortable and not feel like I'm about to die, then I because not feel like the front end is gonna be close to the ground where I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, then and they redesigned the edges of the board so it's got a slight more clearance and lift so you're not as close to the ground as you would be previously. So that XL is gonna be a beast. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, hold on. Oh, Quinn is saying the XL is still considerably slower than the last generation of Fungineers boards. Okay, so see, Fungineers they have their own software as well. So he's saying it's considerably slower, and I know it is. I know you're right, Quinn. I just know that for a stock board, because I'm not one that keeps up with the builds and stuff. So If I could get a stock board that does that, I would be a lot happier. But I'm sure that a vest build or a Fungineer build would be something that would be even faster. Quinn, what's the fastest you've been up to, or what's the fastest right now on a Fungineer board? Because I know they're pretty quick. So let me know, Quinn. Talk to me. Um, so what? Green Master Mike said might need to hook up Cooler Joe. 55 mph sounds crazy. Yo, oh, I missed his comment. He said Riley Johnson builds the best one wheels. He's a local friend. He hit 55 on a one wheel. Oh God,
Okay, that
loud.
dude's fast. I love watching that guy's stuff. Riley is, oof,
Yo,
something to
that's
be messed
wild.
with.
That's why, and I only say it's wild like because of the direction that you're standing. So if you go over, you're going over sideways, and you know that's. Whereas we're riding forward, so a lot of times when we go forward, we just slide. So I'm worried about that side slide. But if you can get it going that fast and have an elevation in the front and not be like close to the ground and have some clearance, then you're vibing. You're really vibing. Uh,
Yeah, I think Luke Austin raced some EUCs in Canada like a couple weeks ago
Sweet.
on a one wheel. He was on a one wheel, and I think he took fifth or something. But yeah, it was kind of cool. They had a few highlight clips, and like it's a bunch of EUCs and one wheel, and
Oh
they're
shit.
racing.
And what was his name?
Luke Austin,
Luke Austin. Okay.
another, yeah, really fast. You know,
And
definitely got that board tuned right, but also has just been pushing it. Does a lot of the long jumps too, like the really long, like I don't know what you call them, but the bigger ones that they have on the trails. Like
yeah.
he'll hit those, like the longer ones, because they're going so fast. So and they're just like flying through the air. But I mean, I'm Sam's gonna be all these guys that are coming this weekend. They send it,
Yeah.
so we're gonna see.
Yeah.
We will see that there this weekend if you're trying to catch the
Yo,
vibe.
you
These the
you
homies that are
too,
pulling up
man.
this
Yo,
weekend are now.
I was gonna ask you about that, man. How you hitting these jumps that you be hitting? That slow mo jump off over the
Yeah, that's my
stairwell.
world.
Yo, man.
Yeah, that was at Princeton. That was at Princeton in
I was like,
Jersey.
dude, come on, man. That is
Yo,
such a
that was,
big jump on a one wheel. I was like, what?
that was a vibe. I love that day. That was a beautiful day. That was a
It was
beautiful day.
sick. It was so sick,
Thank
dude.
you.
And to
Yeah,
rewatch it in slow motion, I was like, dude, man, that's what's up. That killer jump. And then that high jump that I put in the
yeah.
in the last promo, you jumped off. I was like, man, yo, that distance. That
To Max Maria. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, crazy, man.
Yeah, there's some jump. Yeah, that's my thing with the one wheels. Like when it's all mixed together, it just like becomes like because everybody has that feeling. You ride down the street and you're like, oh, I want to jump off of that one day. So like every day or
Yep.
every year, you like can go a little higher. You can come in on something, and that's what makes I think it feel like that weird flying over stuff like fantasy land because you're like, oh, I'm on the street and now I'm bonking onto this. Now I'm cruising on this little dirt patch. Oh, the dirt patch is raising as I'm riding on it. Now we're 3 feet in the air. Okay, let's bonk off of that. Like, you know what I mean? That really feels like some like city snowboarding type
yeah.
craziness. Like, and as these boards keep progressing, it is amazing to think that like you don't have to just go to a spot and hit a trick anymore. It's like these can just be features along your
Along the
way of where
way.
you're going. And I think
Yeah.
that's like what I'm competing with every day when I go out and ride. Like I'm now hitting 3 and 4 foot jumps where that used to be an exhibition to go out for the day and we're gonna hit that 3 foot jump. Now it's like, nah, we hitting 3 footers and 4 footers as we flow.
yeah.
And we're not thinking about it. We're stopping for maybe some bigger ones, but like that's like what I try to like think about is like, dang, if 5 or 10 years from now I'm going out to ride and I'm hitting a 6 foot bump gap while I'm hit like not even having to stop, like to think like, can I
It's
hit this? Like
crazy.
that's your everyday progression right there. And to like
Yeah.
just be able to move like that. So in
Progression for
Boston,
real, man.
got it. Everything's so
Yeah.
tight and close. You hit the trail. You're in the city. You're on some marble. You're on some granite. Now you're on this. Now you're on that. What's that?
Yeah. The East, the beasts of the East. What's up? So Ricardo said the boards are pretty good, light and agile, but what's the maximum range from one? That's the other thing is one will still have a much shorter range than our EUCs. That's another fallback, but that's why I don't think I would get one to be going super high speeds anyway. I would be getting one for a short around town trip and just chilling, but it has to go at least to me it has to go at least 35, 40, somewhere in that range for me to feel comfortable on it.
Yeah,
Cooler
they
Joe,
definitely they're comfortable. Yeah, go.
the Cooler Joe said the custom 128-volt one wheel, it's insane. I believe Greg Ingram owns it now. Okay, that's the one he was talking about. Well, what were you gonna say?
Oh, just that I think I agree. Like I'm not a high speed rider. As you can tell by the way I'm describing my experience on the board, but like I do think it is interesting with the more power, as you said, how much more comfortable you feel doing things.
Yep.
Like it starts, I've only snowboarded a handful of times, I've wakeboarded a few times. Like the more powerful, like the GTS board compared to me being on just like a stock XR, that jump it's like crazy. It really does
Yeah.
feel like I could be pushing off of water or
Yeah.
snow or something because you're able to like put more of my actual leg strength into it instead of just being like, let me hold my breath while I ride on this thing that can barely hold me. And I think it's gonna be crazy. And I think that's why I'm always like, yo, any refinement of skill is just gonna pay off in the long run because in 5, 10 years, all these boards are gonna be crazy powerful and they're gonna
Yeah.
have it so figured out that like it's just gonna come down to what skill you have and what is your mission of the day.
Yep. Yep. So Quinn says that the Fungineers has been selling complete ready to run boards for over a year. I prefer longboarding that fast. No, look, I prefer EUCing that fast if I'm going that fast. But I do want, like we said, you want your one wheel to have power though. You want it to be able to go faster. Not that I'm gonna go faster on it, but I want it to have that power so I can feel secure in what I'm rocking. I don't want to hit 30 and know that I'm,
On
pushing
the
the
edge.
very upper limit of the wheel and be like, oh, I might, it may cut off on me. I'm like, no. So if it does, if it'll do 40, then I could do 30 comfortably. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
um,
and I've noticed that with even a lot of my like friends and myself, even like, like I used to maybe ride 18 miles an hour on my XR, like my little stock XR board, and I'd be like, ooh. And then like I got the GTS, and all of a sudden it's like on any given day, I'm going 26, I'm going 25. That's like insanely different in how fast I'm
yeah.
going, but it's not like I'm out there like let me go fast. I'm just riding in the same aggressive way that I would have ridden
Yep.
before, but the
Yep.
board has that much power to like make me be like, okay, this is cool. And then I look at the speedometer later and I'm like, oh, like I didn't even realize I was going that fast, but I
Right.
did feel comfortable and I wasn't thinking. And I actually had that experience because my boy let me borrow his stock XR and I rode
Right.
almost 200 miles on it when I was in Milwaukee the other day. And it was just crazy getting used to the different amount of power going back. I think the stock XRs are like 64 volts or something like that. So like to go
It's
from that, and
crazy.
I've been riding on like 113. Like the
Yep.
first day I stepped on it is just like everything you do, it's just like meh, like feeling like not being there. So you learn like a new lighter way of being like, let me tell it to do this like this. Let me tell it to do that like that. But
Yeah.
it's cool to like have the more power, and I'm excited for what they coming out with these days.
Yeah. Me too. So Greenmaster Mike says a nosedive at 55 miles an hour sounds like you're getting catapulted for sure, but but it sounds fun trying. Yo, Mike, if you want to try getting catapulted off a one wheel at 55, go right ahead, bro. I no likey. That's crazy. But let me tell you, I do like the speed. I would like to go 55 on an EUC because I feel comfortable because it's powerful and now they can do 70. It's ridiculous. So I'm like, not like I'm doing that, but it's nice to know you have that overhead power that you could do whatever you want on that and not worry about it.
And I
It's
think those dudes say that they talk about it's like the duty cycle. Like he was saying the other day when he was racing those EUCs that like his duty cycle, even for that race, had gotten much higher than when he races other one wheels. So then it's crazy because it's like you said, like when he's racing with one wheels, he still has that much space,
right,
even though he's pushing it at the top of what one wheelers do. But then he goes
right.
and races some EUCs, and then he's like, now I'm getting close to it.
Yeah. uh, um, Green Master Mike said my relaxed EUC speed is 40 miles per hour. Love riding 50 to 60 miles per hour. It's so liberating, and I feel like Superman. You do feel like Superman, but I would, like I said, I've only done 54, and that's in a group setting because I didn't realize the wheel just goes so easily. The ET Max was like, whew, it just took off, and it's heavy. So I leaned in on it, and I was heavier at the time. I was like, man, this is amazing. Like I felt like I was on another planet. Yeah, Superman for real. That's what you feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lit Timber says that Future Motion will always be a few steps behind the DIY space. Well, they're they have to do so much more before they can put it out. You know, they have to do much more testing. They have much more to lose than, the DIY sector segment does. You know what I mean? If I create my own software and I fucking hurt myself, then it's me. I'm a dummy. Oh well. Future Motion can't just put something out because, obviously they'll get sued, and so they're trying a lot more testing before they do what they do. So, and they're just not willing to go as far because of that risk. And I get it wholeheartedly. But they are doing their thing though. We got to give shouts out to Future Motion in that the XL right now, man, because for a stock wheel to do what what they're doing on that, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. For the first time, I'm like, hey, I think I want to go talk to Future Motion. Can y'all send me a wheel? What's up? yo, can Cobra get an
Send him a
XL?
wheel. Let
Yo,
him get a wheel. Let him get a wheel.
let me get an XL. I'll rock it. yo,
Let him get a wheel.
legit. So what are you? So we talked about your DJing. We talked about your MCing. And we talked about, so how many wheels, how many boards do you have right now? What do you got going on right now at the house?
Right now, I just got the GTS, and then we're still making the slow transition over to Vesk. I was like a heavy XR user, had sort of the quiver of boards. I think I got up to like 6 or 7,
Oh yeah.
somewhere around there with all the XRs. I traded 4 of my XRs in last year because they were broken and they had that deal. So I was like, let's just get rid of these. And then, yeah, we got about, I think, like 2 more boards and parts that are mainly broken. So yeah, we're just trying to like, if if you're in the game, it's like there's the shop, and then there's the riders. Sometimes the shop mechanic is the rider. Uh, so yeah, I think like historically, I did a lot of repairs on my XRs for the first handful of years. Then always homies, Skylar, shit, yeah, just so many builders helping out. And then from there, yeah, I'm just trying to like figure out what the next step is. So yeah, I think right now we just got this GTS.
That's it.
Oh yeah, Vesk on the way. We got the Vesk. We actually have the Vesk module. I got one like 2 years ago, but yeah, it's just like this
2
building
years.
fiasco. Like it's a whole new world. And back then, I think there was like some craziness with like the batteries. You had to like be able to do your own BMS, and it's just
Oh
like some of it
wow.
just gets a little like crazy. But like you said, now I think you can buy one out the box. So we might be like scrapping some more stuff, selling some stuff, but
Yep.
we do what we can. Do what we can.
Do what we do. That's it. So Quinn says, I'm so proud of Float Wheel and Fungineers, both shipping pre-built boards to customers that have hand remote control, tilt supported out the box. Well, good for them, man. It's good that people can get what they want. Future Motion is definitely leaning towards saying DIY boards are dangerous, but will completely cover up anything related to pint, flaw, or loose GT. Okay, uh, I'm not. familiar enough to say to go there. All I can say is I'm glad that people are getting the boards that they want and getting them in their hands. So, got a question for you, Cole. Greenmaster Mike says, Cole, have you ever been seriously hurt riding?
I haven't broken anything yet. That's a knock on wood, but everybody gets the crazy bruises and what are they, lacerations, that
Road
type of stuff.
rash.
Yeah, minor concussion, all that type of stuff is pretty regular. I mean, just the other day, I don't even know what happened. My leg felt like it was frozen for 3 days for trying to throw a front side 180 on a trail over at Lynn Woods.
Oh
Me and
wow.
Boss Bangerton were trying to lace those up. We got a new. There's a couple. I got a couple tricks though that I really haven't been seeing done yet. Not that the trick, like just like the variation and the style on it. So we were trying to dial that in, but I got played early and sent home. sent home, sent home sad. That was last. I think that was last week Thursday. We did that. So yeah,
You had to
man, we're
pack it in
always trying to
early.
line up new tricks. Yeah, yeah, to pack it in. That literally took. I just thought like literally the homie showed up today. She's like, "How your leg?" I was like, "Yeah, you're right. It just went. The pain just went away." So, but I literally couldn't walk for 2 days
Oh
last week.
man.
So it happens, but
Yeah,
that's like
it
the name of
does.
the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I shattered my shoulder better than anyone
Yeah.
I know. But and everybody was like, "You ain't gonna ride that stupid thing again, are you?" I said, "But of course I am." I was like, "Are you? What are you on? Of course I will be riding it again." That was not even a question. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. We
Yeah,
do what we
hopefully get
do.
some sins in this weekend. Yeah, hopefully do. I was so yeah, it's mainly been a lot of healing this last week. I've been at the lake, cold water, stretching it out, got it back
Yeah.
on track. I think I did 4 of the last however many days in the lake every night. So stretching all the extra stuff. So yeah, we're ready.
Good.
Definitely hoping to. There's a dope wall over there on the grounds that we didn't get to hit last year. That might need to happen this weekend. So hope homies
Okay.
are ready. There's a dope.
Okay.
You know that wall? It's like you come down the slope and then you were going around on the trail, but that wall is actually the trailers were on top of it. It's like a 6 foot, 7 footer
Yeah. Yep.
right there, and it's got the gravel coming off the edge. But we didn't
Yep.
have time. We didn't really get to hitting it, so that might be. I feel like that's the sideline feature of the weekend. Still haven't gone down there.
Ah. All right. All right. The Wick sideline feature of the week.
You gotta have a sideline. Every one wheel event has a sideline feature. There's like the course that everyone's hitting. There's the actual trick park, but then there's like that other feature that everyone's like, "Yo, everybody was over there filming everybody doing stuff off of that."
So, do you have that's the one thing I wish I had. Unfortunately, Brian, One Stop Board Shop, is not going to be able to be here. He's got some family things going on, so he's been helping me behind the scenes, but he's not going to be able to be there this year. So there's some trick stuff, bunk rocks, and other stuff that I wish I was able to get from him. I was trying to figure out, can I drive down to Jersey real quick and make it back in time so I could get everything, but I really wish I had a lot more jumps and stuff, and I wanted to build some more throughout the year. So I'm finishing one now. I only have one, but then I'm hoping that other people that are coming are bring some of their ramps and stuff too. I know that Nico has his ramp from last year. I told Rick, I said, Rick, we want some more drops and features in the track. So we'll see what Rick comes up with. He had that giant tree, whatever, that he covered last year that everybody had to go over and jump over halfway round. So we'll see what we got this year.
Yeah, yeah. Even if it's not tricks on the course, just even having like some cool ones on the side. The trick course last year was super fun, and
Yeah.
I have a few features. I can bring them on Friday, and then
Hell
we can
yeah.
use them. We can figure out a way to get everything back. I
Hell
should be able
yeah.
to fit most of it, honestly. Hopefully in the car, even with the speakers and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can bring. I got a 8 footer and a 6 footer, a
Sweet.
couple of. Yeah,
Sweet. If anybody's got any more features that they can bring with them, that they have around, feel free. Feel free. We'll
and Greg's
incorporate them.
creative. Greg's creative.
Yeah, we'll incorporate them the best that we can and get it all going because it's going to be amazing. Can't wait to hang out with you peeps. We are gonna do a night ride on Friday. we're gonna go to dinner at the Rail Trail Ale House. The owner has already hit me up. She's waiting. She's like, "How many you bringing?" I said, "I don't know, at least 25 or so, but maybe a lot more. We'll see." So it's gonna be dope to get a trail ride. Mike Mack out of Connecticut. He's like, if you ride towards Connecticut, I'll meet up with y'all. So we might get a little Mike Mack on the trail, and then if we go that far that way, we might eat first and then hit a night trail ride, or vice versa, whatever. But we're gonna do that on Friday. So if you guys are in, if you're gonna make it in, early enough on Friday, then we can make that happen. And if you want to lend a hand, early Friday we'll be working on the track. So
Yeah, what time
um,
are y'all getting there Friday morning?
we'll be there. We'll probably be there working on things at like 8 o'clock in the morning. Because Rick is
Okay,
gonna
okay,
be there
bet.
Thursday night, so knowing him, he might be up at 7, but I ain't gonna be there at 7. But I
Okay,
might
okay.
be if Rick tell me meet me at 7, I'll be there at 7. So, yeah, so we'll see whatever time. But you guys, I had planned for everybody to come, around 12 noon or so, and start setting up their tents and stuff. But you. Um, you can come in on Friday, get your tents and stuff set up however you want, but just don't think that you're gonna be able to ride the tracks because you won't yet. Rick he has the bulldozer out there, and he'll be creating stuff on Friday after, late morning, or well, early morning really, but early morning into the afternoon he'll be creating and creating. Probably into late Friday he'll continue because he'll be doing that downhill through the tunnel. Man, I don't even know what that looks like this year because, man, going through that tunnel was dope. Like, it was scary, but dope, yo.
Yeah, I don't know that whole this whole event is like it's just wild. It's even there, and
Yeah.
it's cool that like it's a proper race course. It's like not available until it's available. So yeah,
Right.
I'm
Right.
excited to just hopefully I can get a couple laps in, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to just get out there and rip.
And
I definitely
and
want to see it.
Seth is bringing the ES electric dirt bike from
Oh,
Begode.
cool.
So you get anybody want to test that out, we'll have that on hand. So we could test out the Begode's, their first foray into the world of, e-bikes and e-motos. So it should be really dope. Yeah. So yeah, appreciate you, Green Master Mike. Please, everybody, hit that like button real quick. And so, is there anything else you want to talk about when it comes to what you got coming up? This weekend is going to be dope, and we're going to have a lot of fun. But is there anything coming up beyond that you want to talk about right now? Any other events that you're going to, or
Yeah,
you?
I'll be at Float Life Fest 8 in Camp Greer, just outside of Asheville. That's going to be really sick. It's like, the OG original one wheel festival. So it's had a few locations over the year, but now it's hosted at Camp Greer. I'll be performing there as product of hip hop. I'll be doing a set with my homie DJ Speed. So that's going to be really cool because, like many of the one wheel festivals, there's also music involved. So we're super excited. The one wheel community has been so supportive of the music I've been making. So, yo, can't wait to finally show up and show out. So, y'all get a taste of that this weekend at the Wheel Life Rally, but you can catch me September 11th at Float Life Fest 8.
September 11th, huh? Okay. So, is how many days is Float Life Fest?
The 11th through 11th, 12th, 13th, like 3 or 4. It's the
Damn.
whole weekend. Yeah.
I want to go, but I also have a tournament, a pickleball tournament on the 13th. I gotta be.
Oh yeah, you could probably fly in the first couple days, or
I
fly
think
in after your pickleball tournament and catch the finals of something. Might be even better. Yeah, I think I can get you. I'll talk and see if I can find the schedule and then shoot
okay.
it over to you.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
that. I
yeah, it should
appreciate
be
you.
fun. I think yeah, I think you would like it. I mean, it's definitely a really fun festival. So, I actually went. I think my first one that I ever went to was when they used to do it in Bentonville,
Yeah.
and then now they're
So
doing it out there. But other than that, yeah, we're just gonna finish out the year hard. The fall is my favorite season to ride. I'm a fall guy. I love riding in the fall. Fall, early winter, like doesn't get any better than that to me. So yeah, I'll be out there riding. So if you're trying to do some trick videos, I'm always traveling. Would love to like link with people, and you could
Yeah.
take me to your favorite feature, and I can try to slap on that. You coming up to Boston area? Trust me, we have features for days. And like I said,
Yeah.
we got marble and granite everywhere, so that stuff's super slick and just super fun. So the real street riding happens out here. So
So what is the Ultra B? Lit Timber says I was going to bring the Ultra B, but didn't want to leave it on the back of the car the night before
huh.
in Mass.
I don't
Lit
know what that
Timber,
is.
what's the
What's that?
Ultra B? I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I might make it down that way. I'm also looking to go to the
Oh, the Suron.
oh, the Suron. Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Well, I mean, I
that's
wish you
cool.
could bring that down, man. That'd be dope. We could hit the ES versus the Suron. Let's get it. Let's get it. I
Yeah,
already got a
well,
drag race
yeah,
set.
yeah. Doesn't I feel like it's a moto bike spot? Don't they have like a cage you can lock it up in or something
Yeah.
overnight?
Oh yeah, man. Well, you know, if you're you don't have to worry about it, bro. That's for sure. Like, we're
Yeah, it's like a
all in
locked
the
facility.
yeah, we're all in the campground, and we got people. They're all staying overnight. You ain't got to worry about it if that's what you're saying. There's nothing wrong. Ain't nothing gonna happen to your bike there, man. Last year, who had one? Was it Sam?
There was one on. Oh yeah, Sam had one.
Sam.
Sam was
Sam
ripping
had
around.
his bike. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it, yo, Timber. Bring it, yo. We got
It's the place to bring it is literally a motocross
yo.
course,
It's a motocross course, dude. Like
world famous.
your bike and the ES will be the only two that can hit the actual motocross track. The motocross track dirt is too deep for our one wheels or our EUCs to make it through. But with a dirt bike, you can make it through, and you can bring it, bring it. Uh huh.
Yeah.
Oh, he said staying at a friend's the night before. That's the issue. I
Uh,
might do it. Yo, do it, man. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Tell him you're gonna have to, bring an extra towel. You're gonna bring it in the house. You're gonna, it doesn't
Yep.
leak oil. You can pop it up. It'd be good.
Yep. Yeah. So, if you guys, if look, I hope you guys got a chance to learn a little something about ColeCrush today. I hope you guys are excited for the Wheel Life Rally this weekend. We're hours away, and I'm hoping also, to make it out to Float Life Fest. We also got Amped coming up soon back in Bentonville. I'm gonna be at both of those. The Electrify Expo. I'm trying to make it to at least a couple of those and help in motion to teach people to ride. We're trying to get more people on PEVs, man. We're trying to just add to the culture, to add to our community,
Yeah.
and that's what we want to keep
Yeah, let
doing,
me know
man.
about that event. I love showing other people how to ride. That's like definitely where the vibe is for sure,
For
getting more
real.
people up and riding. So yeah, definitely let me know if you need some one wheel.
As
Uh,
a matter of fact, now that you say that, man, I want to do a learn to ride an event. I want to bring some people together and do an event. So we should do it somewhere where there's trails, so we can do trails, and there's pavement, so they can learn there too, and we can have EUCs and one wheels. So me and you gonna have to link up, all right? So we
oh
can
yeah,
add more people to our community. That's what's for real. AVS Green Master Mike asked me about AVS. I don't know the dates yet, but I was out at AVS 2 years ago, so I might make it back out there as well, Mike. So hit me up again with the dates because I forgot the dates of that. I got to look at all that stuff now. Now that I'm getting my daughters are going off to college next week, and so then I'll really have like empty nest, and I'll have the Wheel Life Rally will be over. So then I could concentrate on traveling. So it's happening. I'm coming to Boston too, and like I'm gonna make my way up there too, brother. So we can rock out some more and ride again together again because it's been a minute since we rode together. I know we're gonna ride this weekend, but we're gonna make it happen, man. So thank you, man. I appreciate you for coming through, brother. And I look forward to seeing you this weekend. Is there anything you want to say in closing before we wrap it up?
yo, come out to the float or to the Wheel Life Rally this weekend if you can. Shout out to Black Cobra and the Wheel Life Show because it's just super dope
Yo.
that you're always showing love to freaking all these people in the community. And without community, where would we be? So definitely much love to you, my brother. And
Appreciate
thanks
you.
for everyone that pulled up on us this evening. Shout out to One Wheel Boston and all the homies. And yo, let's just remember, get up and get on your wheel and just float above all the BS that you got going on in that moment. And I hope to see you out there shredding wherever you're at. Holler at me. I'm gonna say what up. Yeah, let's just keep this going. We just getting started.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's up. Y'all heard him. If you didn't, run it back. Listen.
Hey, we out here floating above. Let's get it. All right. We'll see you on Friday and Saturday. Hey, let's go.
That's right. So this is what's up. And if you guys are in here, you got a chance to check out ColeCrush, and somebody else you know didn't see it, pass the show. Send the link, let them see it. We want to share the vibe because the vibe is real. That's the reason why I do this, because I know the people that I bring on, we all, it's all a vibe, and we sharing that vibe with all of America, all of the world. We want everybody riding and everybody rocking. So till next time, y'all. I'm glad you guys tuned in. I appreciate everybody in the chat for stopping by. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. We appreciate you, and we'll see you again. So don't worry. Check us out this weekend. We waiting for you. Deuces. And we out.
Peace. Yo.